We're live.
Cool.
We are live.
That's cool. It does mute it and unmutes it.
Yeah, it does it automatically. So I don't think that one sounds bad, but when I do mine, if we don't do this other stuff, it sounds like crap. All right.
Well, according to YouTube, we have 3 waiting, and I'm one of them because I've got it open. I've got the show, so nobody's going to visit us tonight. We're not going to have any just Dale. Dale, you still here? Hey, Dale. And who is it? Who's the guy that usually is way early? Todd?
Zach, sometimes.
Zach Fong, yeah. Here's Brian Spalding. Hey, Brian, what's happening today?
Hey, Janice.
Oh, wow, yours is faster than mine. Wow. Hi, Janice. You said Janice before she even showed up on my chat.
I was using the built-in one, too. I got them both up now.
Didn't know you guys were going to be on. Well, Mitch put up his ad late, but earlier today, and I didn't put up a
Hey, Brian.
Show tonight. And so anyway, how's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Janice, are you still doing your what do they call it? When you sit open mic nights? That was cool when you were posting those videos. They had down in Fells Point, Cat's Eye Pub, Mitch, they had a blues night before the COVID thing. And I was just about getting ready to do that. Go down there and, play some blues. But then COVID. Hi, Ian Ridenhour. Brian S., what's happening?
Hey, Brian. And
cheers, everybody. A little Jameson action going. Mitch is doing iced tea.
Yeah, I know this guy from Dundalk. He was telling me about these open mics, but he does stuff on this other platform. I forget what it's called because I get an email every time he does something. But I gotta log in.
I think that is that the thing that Hack he does when he does a stream, he does YouTube, Facebook, and that other thing.
Nah, it's just something else. Right. I can't talking about can't remember anything. I can't remember what that was. But I get emails all the time when he goes live, but I don't listen to it. And I probably got it deleted.
Well, Janice, when when you start feeling it, get back out there. I know you do well. You do very good with that.
Hey, Hugh, Gussie, Dan,
Dan in New Jersey.
Dan, the man of New Jersey.
That's right. Gussie
Hugh knocked it out. Larry knocked it out. Jesse knocked it out.
And then me and Mitch kind of did it.
The Allman Brothers Jam. Heck, everybody knocked it out.
It took me 3 tries, and I did one of the licks that's actually in the song Blue Sky. And I was sloppy the first 2, but the third time I nailed it, and then I just said, okay, I got it. I'll go on to the next whatever I ended up playing.
But you notice I was using Frank's guitar with the upgrades.
I noticed that. And
I can definitely hear the difference in the pickups.
Well, it was a nice, clean, full, thick tone. It sounded
and it didn't have much delay on it. And had a reverb. It had reverb.
Right. And were you on the neck pickup?
I started off on the neck and then went to the treble.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. You'll see me. Yeah. Okay. I was quite satisfied with the
Hugh, you did real well. That was cool. And it's so funny that you picked that because I wish Daniel he'll probably pop in later, or he usually does. But Daniel Horsley.
I have to sneeze.
I understand. Kassoon tight and
false alarm. False alarm.
It happens.
For now.
But I had told him So this is for the folks that are. There's Paul Lou. What's happening, Paul?
Hey, Paul.
Paul, you should do Blue Sky. It's 2 chords, dude. Just do 2 minutes. Do it. No, do a minute and a half. Do a minute and a half. Play leads on your Flying V. That would be kind of cool. Flying V. Although you got so many Gibsons, you could do your SG or your Les Paul, whatever. But you should do that. A to E, it's easy. It's not easy to me because it doesn't have any. I've found from doing that if it doesn't have minor chords in it, I guess it's a minor pentatonic that I weave most of my patterns because I don't really,
I have a question.
Major is a little is different.
I have a question for you. Do you know, does Jesse mic his when he does his stuff? It sounds like
Jesse is Apple. He's an Apple dude, and he texts me. He probably won't be. We'll ask him. He'll probably be in after 7:30.
Because I'm wondering if he mic'd his amp when he did his.
We'll find it. I don't know exactly what his video
sounded really good.
Yeah, it did. He kind of gave it more of a country flavor. I love the hook that he had. He played it throughout, and I try to do that on some of my, when I play other backing tracks. But I know every lead from Blue Sky in my head. I've listened to that song since 1975. I mean, in my senior year of high school and the next couple of years after that, I listened to Allman Brothers and Marshall Tucker nonstop.
The only one I knew was Ramblin' Man. Was that one of them?
Well, and that's what they played on the radio all the time.
Yeah, I think it was and maybe another one.
That was actually their biggest hit on top 40. But that was post Dwayne. Now on Blue Sky, Dwayne Allman actually. That's Blue Sky. The backing track that Q picked, Allman Brothers, is the chords A to E, and it's the jam part of the song Blue Sky. Blue Sky is on the E to Peach album, and that album is half with Dwayne and half without, because in the process of making that album is when he crashed his motorbike, and
I did listen to some Dickie Betts ahead of time. I didn't listen to that song, but I was listening to Dickie Betts or Allman Brothers style of playing from a couple.
Dickie does that loopity, I call it a loopity loop type thing, and I try to. I mean, that's Dickie Betts is a big influence on me, and you wouldn't know if I'm not playing, but I know all the leads in my head to Whipping Post, the live version. At the Fillmore East of the Allman Brothers, and I play some. I've done a couple. I did a Whipping Post 3-chord jam, A minor to F to G kind of like thing. And let's see who else is in there. Bill Ridenauer. Hi, Bill. I think I said hi to Ann. Ann Ridenauer was in early. Jamal Kareem, what's happening, dude?
Hey, Jamal. Old Man Dan.
Old Man Dan. We got both Dans. Dan in New Jersey and Old Man Dan. I love that. That's so cool. And there's Gussie. Did we say hi to Gussie Wells? Yeah, we did. Him and Hugh. And so anyway, but it's so funny. I don't know who I commented to, but I know all those licks in my head, but when I try to play them, it's like I can play part of it. But when it's major to major, a lot like A to E, I have a hard problem. But you'd have to be a real diehard Southern rocker. On mine, I started off with the intro to another Southern rock song by Elvin Bishop called Traveling Shoes. It was a cool song. It made top 40 in the Baltimore area for a short time in like 75, 74, 75. And Dickie Betts was on the studio track playing leads. It's called Traveling Shoes. So it's the same chords, but played a little bit more upbeat. And I started out playing the chords the way they play the A to E in Traveling Shoes as opposed to Blue Sky. Anyway, that's enough rambling on my part. So anyway, what else you got, Mitch?
I'm going to work on Jesse's thing tonight.
Oh yeah, I got her. Oh yeah, hey everybody that's here. We'll mention this several times. I forgot all about it. I'm glad you said that because I completely forgot. Jesse is putting out a collaboration thing he's going to do, and it's only, Christ, what, 50 minutes, 50 seconds? 58 seconds or 48 seconds, and it's the chords to I Want to Rock and Right. I Want to Rock and Roll All Night.
Yeah,
by Kiss.
Right. So he wants it by the 11th. So we got 8, 9. So I'm going to work on it tonight for sure. But I'm going back to the Helix on that, and I might use Frank's guitar on that too.
Whatever flow. You got a lot of nice guitars, man. It's like I'm so Well, I told you this the other night on the phone. It's like when you got that SG, I didn't think you'd ever play any of your Les
Yeah, I
Paul
haven't.
again.
Yeah, I just been on
And
everything
that
else.
Les
But
Paul,
yeah.
that SG's getting dusty, dude.
No, it's
I'm gonna sneak up in the middle of the night and steal the goddamn thing.
hey,
And then
make me an offer now. I'm kidding. It ain't getting sold.
all of a sudden I'll have an SG in a video, and I'll say, and people quit telling me to when you ask me when I'm going to get my SG, and Mitch will say, "Yeah, somebody broke into my house and stole my SG,"
Oh,
and it'll be me.
Hugh's doing Jesse's track too. Good.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so it's out there. Go. Well, Jesse will be in sometime in the chat sometime around 7:30. So
Okay.
we'll discuss it a little bit more then. But just set you up. It's what's the name of it's Kiss, and what's the name of the song?
I think I want to rock and roll all night long or something like that.
Yeah, I want to rock and roll all night long. And
that's the only Kiss song I really knew until.
Well, that's the one played on the radio. And do you know that?
Yeah.
It was years later that I didn't know that. I never knew that was Kiss. You know, back in the day when you're listening in the car, the radio, or you know, you.
And did you know there is no lead version in the studio version? The live version is a lead in it, but not the studio.
I
version.
gave Jesse a hard time the other day. I said, "Man, I went through that thing. I kept skipping through, and I couldn't find it. And then I listened to the whole thing. I'm so sick. I was sick of the song.
I'm just going to do it. You know,
it's in the
chorus.
Right.
I'm going to play a lead just to do you know, on the whatever the chorus part.
Only 50. It's less than a minute, folks. It's less than a minute. It's kind of like it's comparable to doing Laurie's mishmash thing. You know, she only wants a minute or whatever.
Right.
Six String Brian, what's happened? And Six String Brian, you don't have to type it in there. I have not bought an SG yet, and I'm not going to buy an SG. But I do have show and tell later, just a upgrade. Nothing new, but what do you call it? What do you call it? A do over or cosmetic adjustment? What?
Upgrades.
Well, not an upgrade. What's the word?
Because I'll show the
facelift. I gave my Strat a facelift.
I'll show Frank's
right here, and then you can show
the PRSSE.
Yeah, because that got new pickups.
He put a new pickup in, a brass block, it's big, and locking tuners.
And see, I would like to see a video. It would take a lot of work because you'd have to do a lot of editing. But I'd like to see a video. Now you have to use clean tones, or I don't think you'll really hear the difference. But I would like to hear a before and after with the same pickups now, with the standard block or the block that the guitar came with versus the, what do you call it, Matt?
It's a brass block, FU tone brass block, and FU tone pickups, humbuckers.
Cool. Somebody else used those pickups in a guitar, I think. Something I was watching not too long ago. Let's see. Am I missing it? I'm ignoring the chat as usual. So I'm not going to say why, but we had an issue that we're not going to get into. We thought we had an issue, but it really wasn't. But I had to watch our August 11th show. And it wasn't just one of our hour and a half one. It was a full 2-hour show. And that particular night, I was drinking iced tea, folks. I wasn't drinking Jameson. This show's brought to you by Jameson tonight. Cheers, everybody. So I'm drinking iced tea the whole night. So I was not wasted, okay? And I had to find out what I said that was so terrible. That we're not going to get in and mention any names, right, Mitch? So anyway, I'm watching it, and it's like I wanted to throw up at myself. Because if I wasn't ignoring Mitch, I was ignoring the chat, or I was I interrupt Mitch probably 50, 60 times within a two-hour period, maybe 100 times. Who knows? Maybe every 30 seconds I interrupt Mitch.
You did?
But anyway, it was excruciating watching. And then like Hugh, we were talking about bands or something, and I don't know. Hugh Caldwell had made a comment that and Mitch. Oh, this takes the cake. So you know how Mitch put up somebody's comment just so I can.
Oh.
So Mitch puts up comments like this one we missed. All right, so I'll try to squeeze a diminished run in there. It could fit during the D to E section. All right, cool, Brian. Good. Brian, you going to do it? All right. But anyway, so sometimes Mitch will leave them up, or sometimes like he just took that one down real quick. Now, obviously I read it, so I saw it. But sometimes I'll be so involved telling my stupid stories.
Well, some of them don't need to be worried. You don't have to pay attention.
You put them up, and it's like, so I'm finished my story, and I say, Mitch, put that back up. You were too quick. He goes, and Mitch goes, I had it up for like 5 minutes. But sometimes he is a little quick with them. All right, so Hugh and Jamal are subbing each other. That is, everybody sub everybody. We want to see that. I'm going to go check and just see here. 16. All right, that's not bad. 16 and it's 7:16. So we're averaging one viewer
every minute.
Every minute. I like that. So in 2 hours we'll have 120.
Yeah, right.
Not. And bring up the chat. There we go. You know, every time I click something to go check, like whatever, the pop-up chat pops away, and I've got to bring it back up. It's very annoying. All right, got to see Jamal. I missed anybody? Anybody? 6-3 Brian. There's. Thanks a lot. Okay, F the SG. Get a Firebird before an SG. I'm not buying a Firebird. You know, I almost did though, old man Dan. I'll tell you what, I would have, just because it was a pretty song. We'll talk about that when I show. I'm going to wait till a few more people come in before I show off my Strat. Facelift, just a facelift. Did nothing, and I'm still working on my on the Gelvin with the dark matter Ibanette. No, not Ibanette. The Marzio pickups. I have that downstairs, and I'm working on it. So, oh, and since we have enough people here, I am on tonight. I wasn't on last night. I needed to take a break. Just, you know, I needed to take a break. And I didn't want to be 3 weeks off because I will not be on next week. I'll be down at the beach. Me and my wife are taking a vacation. It's actually the second time we've together, just her and me, have done a vacation for more than a week or a week, full week. But when she turned 50, we went to Italy. So we were like Venice, we were in Florence, with blah, blah, blah. We went to 3 different places and came home. This time we were spending 1 full week in South Bethany at a place on the ocean side, but not oceanfront, folks. You know, that's too expensive. But it's going to be fun. We're leaving Saturday. So I will not be on next Wednesday, but I will be on the following Wednesday. Just to let you know. So I'm kind of like doing an every other week thing because I don't trust the Wi-Fi down there. And another, it's like, I don't want to go into one of the, you know, Janet, it's not fair. Janet doesn't want to listen to all this nonsense we're doing. And at least on my part it is. And I don't want to go into, I don't know how, it's just, we're not going to do it. But I may, I'm going to take my little Vox Mini 3 amp. Mitch, it takes, I forget how many AA batteries. And I'm going to try to do a video on the beach.
Oh, okay.
Like about like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning when the sun comes up. Nobody will be down there. I'm going to take an electric guitar, but I got to figure out what kind of tarp, because I don't want to get sand all over my amp and my guitar. But I'm going to do it on the beach. I think that'll be kind of cool. An outdoor jam, and my looper takes a 9. I've got a, I forget what brand looper I have, and so I might jam on the beach. No promises, but I'm going to take everything: the tripod, the camera, everything. It's going to be nuts. It can be difficult trying to follow both. It's Jamal. It's not difficult. It's impossible. Well, we're fortunate that we only have maybe 20 to 30 to 15 people in the chat, or 10 20 people. Let's say one side or the other, 20 people max in the chat. Because the big boy channels, Mitch, you've seen how fast those things scroll.
Oh yeah, you can't.
I mean, and people, listen, I've seen people get pissed off. Well, I'm leaving because nobody's, it's like sometimes you just got to. What I do sometimes, if it's a big, bigger channel, and I'm trying to get my point, or I'll copy and paste after I've posted the comment, and I'll just copy. I've copied it. I'll paste it in the comment section and do it again. Sometimes they see it the second, or sometimes even the third time. It's
hey,
very,
Rick.
very
Rick Hefner.
Hey, Rick Hefner. Plus, it's more impossible when you're getting inebriated, which I do most shows. Not every show. Not every show. So we're happy to report that Mitch's shoulder is doing better, right, sir?
Yeah, it's all better. My shoulder, it's all better. Actually, I think the numbness went away in my thumb.
Did the prickling?
Nah, I still have that.
You still got that?
Depending how I sit or.
Is that right?
Yeah, but it goes away. No.
That's a shame. Brian Spalding, I have no idea what a diminished run is.
And he does.
Cheers, Rick Hefner. Cheers, Rick Hefner.
Brian's one of those professional guitar players that, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Got some backup ice, which my drink now needs, and I got to do this very carefully so I don't splash Jameson all over my. Easy does it. There we go. All right, now it's like you add. If you do it the way I do it, it's basically I get to the point where I'm drinking Jameson and water. Usually I drink Jameson on the rocks, but I don't, guzzle it. So the ice melts. Now I just re-up the ice. It's like I've got a fresh drink. It's like I'm on my second one. What do you think of that, Mitch?
Somebody's. Oh, I read it wrong. I thought I said Don. Don't buy the SG yet. Did Don buy the SG? I read it wrong.
That's just Brian being Brian. Hey, Brian, dude, I keep checking your channel. What's going on, man? I want to see the D'Angelico. And how about some? You need to do some jams, dude. Like the the modified Les Paul, right? Isn't that what he got?
I forget.
I think what he's got is it's a double cut Les Paul, but it was one of those what do you call those guitars that automatically tune themselves? What was that thing called?
Auto tune. I don't know. I know
there's a name for it. Brian, give me some help here. But that is, it's not my cup of tea, but it's a pretty red, if I'm not mistaken, and it sounded good. So come on. Brian's got a busy life. I mean, the guy's young. He works for a living. So I want you, I got nothing but time. Mitch has nothing but time. And we should be doing more content, Mitch, you and I both.
Yeah, I gotta.
Oh, that's cool. Because that is cool that you won that. And for those of you that aren't familiar, Brian S won a D'Angelico like Hollabot, like a like the ES 335 type guitar from Robert Baker. That is so groovy. That's cool as shit. And it's pretty. It's I love that combination of whatever browns or whatever. It's a double cut Les Paul special. Came back with a G4. That's what it was called, G4s. So they take he says it's modified with regular tuners and custom paint, reverb mod shop. That's very cool. And it's a pretty red. I think it's red, right? Did you say? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's red. And it's not exactly my cup of tea for a guitar, but it's a Les Paul, so it sounds great. It sounds phenomenal. Robo tune.
Yeah. Robo. That's right.
I think they called it a G4. Isn't G4s what they called the auto tune thing? Wasn't that the big splash back in the day? At the one dealership I went back, it's like I would just as I was getting out of the car business, it's the last place I worked, and I'd worked there before, and I was just in the used car department. And the used car manager, the guy couldn't play. He couldn't even play an E chord. He couldn't play E minor. But he liked to collect guitars. His son played guitars. He'd bring in all these He brought in this Les Paul that had the auto tune. I didn't like it at all, but he kept bringing them in. So I took in my little tiny this Vox Mini I had, and we're in the used car showroom, and I'm jamming out on all these. Every day he'd bring in a new. The guy had an extensive collection of pretty nice guitars, but his son screwed them all up. They were all scratched, and it's like he spent a lot of money on guitars. I don't think we'll get half of it back because his son kept playing them. It's on the channel. P90s, slim taper neck with bind. Strawberry Jam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I watched it when you first made that video, but I just keep going back and looking for some new videos. So, all right, very cool, Brian. Strawberry jam. Okay. All right. Robo. Maybe it was called Robo Tune. I don't know. But I know, folks. I really know nothing. Okay, so I'll do my show and tell, and then you do your show and tell. Is that good, Mitch?
Yeah, yeah. I had the PRSSC Custom 24 that I
Go
sold
and
to
do yours. Go and grab.
I sold to a buddy of mine, which most of you know, Frank C. So he upgraded. He put brass, one of those big FU brass blocks on it, FU toners, FU tone humbuckers, and locking tuners. Ouch! And I just ran over my foot.
That's not good. That hurts.
Ow!
I hear you, old man Dan. I hear you.
But you're not going to be able to. I guess you can tell it's brass. The block. It's hard to see, but
it's shiny. It's shiny.
And on the bottom, you can see where it says FU tone on the pickups.
Can you, hey, Mitch, pull it back, Mitch, pull it back and individualize you. Can you do that and hold the guitar at the same time?
Yeah. Forget. Oop, wrong one.
No, not me.
Wrong one.
Yeah, everybody wants to see me light up my Winston. There you
see,
go.
You can see where it says FU tone, right there.
Yeah, at the bottom.
FU. It says FU.
The E and the B string. Yeah. Cool.
And then,
bring it back closer. I think you can see it better on the neck pickup. Okay.
And these are locking tuners he put on here,
cool.
Which I'm not a fan of locking tuners.
Cool. But. Show the pickups again, because I think if you look at the black part of the neck pickup, you can see that. Yeah, you can see it better up at the on the black. Cool.
But they definitely sound better than they did before.
It's the original bridge. They left the PRS bridge in there, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Hugh, you don't have to be sorry about that, man. I like the first of all, the European golfers are much more. I love watching the female golfers. Okay, 2 reasons. I like to watch any golf, and plus I like to watch ladies play golf. Okay, I'm a guy.
I have something else when you're done.
But hey, they deserved it, and just overall over the last few years, I mean, Europe are better in match play than the United States, and that's enough for golf. Although I'll tell you my golf. Since we're talking about golf, and then Mitch is coming back in. Today I did my good day. What do you call it? Good deed. I was watching the PGA Tour played 2 weeks ago in the Baltimore area, and I went out and walked the course on Sunday. But I was watching it, and there's this thing called the First Tee program, and it's Tiger Woods I think was instrumental in starting it. He may have started it. I really don't know the exact history of it. What they do is they try to make golf available to underprivileged kids, because face it, folks, golf is very similar to guitars. If you want to keep getting new stuff and all, it's very expensive. It's not cheap. The best thing about guitars, once you pay for it, you got it until you get the Jones and get something else. But with golf, it's expensive to play. It's not cheap. So it leaves a lot of people out. They're just never going to get. But because of somebody like Tiger Woods, a lot of people, especially minorities, want to play golf, and they can't afford. So the First Tee reaches out, and what's cool about it is not only do they learn golf, but golf is a sport of honor. You have to you're your own referee. You can't, if you cheat in golf, well then you're a piece of what. But you have to call penalties on yourself, and there's a lot of life lessons with the etiquette of golf. So anyway, blah blah blah. I took all my we thought we were buying that house, we were cleaning out the garage. I've got I must have had 30 golf clubs. I had all these woods, irons, all this. So I bundled them all up, and I took them out to where I used to Hunt Valley and donated them to the First Tee. So there you go. So no more golf. That's enough golf for the night. And go ahead, Mitch. What do you got?
Well, most of you know that I've been playing around with Reaper,
Right.
and I have 3 audio interfaces. And so I've had these for probably over 5 years, all at least 5 years or more. I had this one. This is a popular one. Everybody knows the Focusrite.
Yeah.
Well, the thing comes in hot. I have it all the way turned down. It just comes in hot. And I bought one of those DI boxes, and I can't find it. And then I was using the other one, which is this one. This one works well. And it sounded better, but not as good as it should. Now I'm using.
What brand is that? What brand?
That's a Yamaha.
Yamaha.
CI1 Steinberg. This is older.
Okay.
Yeah, and it worked better than the Focusrite. But now I have a Behringer, but I can't show you because I have it. Actually, I can show you. I'm not using it right now. Let me see if.
Yeah, you showed.
I just got. Well, I was a picture, but
yeah,
I have everything.
You showed me a picture. That's right.
There you go. Anyway, this is working the best, and actually, this one has, like I said, I have this DI box, and I don't know what it did with it. Can't find it. It just reduces the power. Anyway, this here, when this comes in hot, it has a paddle. When I hit that pad, it reduces everything, and I was getting some really good sounds. It wasn't clipping or anything, and that's how I did that. I did the jam we just did with the
kind of good
blues the blues thing, the Allman Brothers thing with that, and using that in Reaper, and I was using a Guitar Rig 6 plugin, VST, the different effects on there, and it sounded. I was quite pleased with it.
Okay, Mitch. So for us idiots out there, or not for this idiot, and for the folks out there that just don't know, what is a DI box? I think I know what it is.
Direct injection. I don't know. It's let me
input it.
Yeah, it reduces. Some people, actually, a lot of people didn't know what it was in here. The people I thought, but it reduces. Like it was clipping. It was bringing it too much in. And actually, Steve from Boston did a video on this very one. He made that a 2i2, and it was coming in hot. It's like a 6-year video he did.
Oh, he had the same problem. Steve had
it was coming hot, and he got a DI box, and they're real cheap. You don't have to spend. I think I spent like $30.
How come Focusrite hasn't addressed that? You'd think they'd address that.
I had it, and I had it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I think I have it in the shed, and I was in there yesterday, but I had to mute too many boxes to get to it. If I still have it, I don't even know, because I gave a lot of stuff away when I moved that I wasn't using, so I don't even know if I have it or not.
Mitch, Brian Spalding says, playing around with reefers. Cool, get high before you play. So I didn't realize that you were indulging in the reefer. It's reefer.
He knows. Reaper.
Yeah, Brian, shame on you. And Brian S. loves locking toners on your
Here's
TRS.
Jesse. Here's Jesse's here. Hi, Jesse.
Jesse, cool. Perfect timing, because we haven't shown the strat yet.
I had a question too. Jesse.
Mitch, you locked up.
No, I didn't. I'm reading with Dan Peasant. Anyway,
I thought you locked up.
No, I was real.
Dude, you need to get in. You need to get into community acting. That was beautiful.
I was reading Dan's post, but anyway, Jesse, on your Allman Brothers thing, did you now are you micing what you play, or are you doing it digitally through the computer? Because it sounded great.
Yeah, Jesse, what's your line of attack when you post a video? How do you go about it? We're not going to bring you on the show. We're going to go guestless for at least until next week. Next week you should have a guest. But when I come back, no. Jesse, that was head rush. Okay, all right. So I'm going to ask it this way. God, Mitch, you were like a statue. I keep thinking you lock up, but that's okay. It's just me. It's not you. It's me. So Jesse, here's the question. So you guitar into the head rush into, how do you mic up? No, you go direct. So head rush, guitar into head rush into. How are you processing it to make a video before you upload it to YouTube? video me recording into the computer.
Okay, you're doing it like I do. I thought you were micing your amp. I wasn't sure, but it sounded good. Yeah, you do it like me.
Okay, good. This is great. Highlight this one. Highlight Old Man Dan's post
That
right
one?
after. Yeah. No. Go down. His last one.
I got it.
Okay. So Old Man Dan is looking at the Head Rush gig board. Jesse has one. There is a if you don't want to go to the extreme and get the full it's so hard to do this.
Full
the
size
big, long
one.
one. They have one that's about this size with only a few buttons. Okay, kind of like you have the Helix and the Helix Stomp. But Francis of the Padded Pedal Room. The channel is the Padded Pedal Room. He has been doing some like kind of tutorials on it. Him and I forget who did he and Ian Luckett maybe did a live stream on the Head Rush, and then since then Francis has been doing some, they're not short videos, but how to get a sound out of the Head Rush. Head Rush, if I could do it over again, I would probably not, like if I was looking now to replace, I used to have an RP 1000 Digitech, which is a poor man's version of both, okay, which I gave away. And I got the Helix. But if I was, and I did that, how long has it been? 2 years now, Mitch?
I don't know. I don't
I got
remember.
mine right after you. So I think it's
you had it when we started doing the shows.
Yeah. So it's been about 2 years me and Mitch have had hit.
Right,
If I was making the transition now instead of 2 years ago, I would get the Head Rush over the Helix. A, it's cheaper, and B, the Helix is just, the Helix really is, it's just so overwhelming. Now, if you're a computer nerd or an IT guy and you understand all that, I don't think you can beat the Helix for the money. The next comparable thing to it, well, although this quad Cortex thing out is now, but that's even more money. That's more money. That's like the Kemper. They're way too expensive. But the Head Rush is a good way to go. MX5 is the new one. Yeah, I don't like the small screen. Okay, well then get the big one, because what's cool is, and I'm sure the Head Rush is like the Helix, don't you think, Mitch? Where we have Helix edit. I'm sure Head Rush has something where you go USB from the Head Rush into your computer, and you have a editing program, and it makes it so much easier. I didn't do it for years, for a year, but Mitch kept. That's all Mitch used. That's all you use is the edit, right?
Yeah,
you never go down on the floor and make adjustments, right?
No.
Yeah.
Very.
You do.
Just
so
some of the global settings I might have messed around with when I got it.
I've gone to the Helix, and it's so cool because you just, with your mouse, you flip around. You can, it's easy to adjust the levels because there's so many, for each thing, whether it's an amp or a delay or a chorus or an overdrive, you can tweak, and you have to tweak it depending on, like most people probably go from their Head Rush or their Helix, whatever, into the computer, into headphones, or from headphones from the Helix. I go Helix into my PA system, so I'm hearing it live, in the room here, and it's the video editors that you have on your computer make life very simple, in my opinion. Don't you think, Mitch?
Yeah, HX. Yeah, I don't know how to mess around with the. I just don't bother because it's so easy with HX7.
Well, for the first year and how many months, I never used the edit. I said, it's cool, but it was a lot of work. But I learned it, and I figured, there's tutorials. There's whatever you get, Head Rush, Helix, Quad Cortex, Kemper. There's 5,000 YouTube.
Jonathan Cordy, who you refer me to, but he mostly uses a Stomp mainly, but and other stuff. But he's a fantastic guitar player, and he'll show you how to play stuff too. Sometimes,
right.
Really
he's
good
really
player.
Good. And there's another guy, Paul somebody, not Paul Lou, but Paul somebody. But lately, all he's been doing is motorcycle videos, and I don't like motorcycles. I'm scared of motorcycles. Too many bad things happen. I shouldn't say that because there's a lot of motorcycle guys probably in this chat. But so anyway, okay. So it's my turn to do do show and tell. I did a makeover on the Strat. I didn't do it. Jesse did. Jesse's guitar did this for me. And this is my Jap Strat. I got this in 1980. We're not sure. I think it was 84. Yeah, it was 84. And we changed the pickguard. That is just one badass looking MFer, in my opinion. So we took the white, the traditional white.
It does look better with the black. I have to admit.
I just think it, you know. But this guitar, folks, this isn't bust anybody's chops, but this guitar was brought to me by, he used to be my best friend, but he's no longer, we don't even talk anymore. Isn't that a shame? Is that a sad story? That's a sad story. But he got it at Sam Ash up in New Jersey for $199 with a cheap hard shell case. Actually, it's Dave Stafford, producer dummy, is the case for this guitar. But I just think that is just pretty as can be. And you couldn't notice it. There is when you buy these aftermarket or whatever things, and you tell them what year it is, and Jesse told he had to get 2 of these things. I probably owe him some money. I didn't think about that because he's got a black one that he's not using because he had to get 2 because it didn't. There's actually, I forget where it is. There's right up here. You probably couldn't even see that, but there's no screw in there because there's no screw hole in there. Why it shouldn't be there? But I don't give a rat's ass about that. But I haven't even played it. Hey Jesse, I'm sorry to say, I haven't even played it. But I did the Allman Brothers thing. And Jesse, we were giving you props for what you did on Hugh's Invitation Jam, the Allman Brothers thing. And I got to tell you, I listened to that. Was it this morning? Yeah, it was this morning. And I took the dog out. He came up with a hook, like a little melody to that. It was in my head. I can't remember it now because I've had a full day, and plus I've been bringing quite a bit of Jameson here. But I think, Mitch, you did pretty good. But I think probably me and Mitch are the weakest, don't you think, Mitch?
No, me.
Me too. Me too. But anyway, so there's Picks and Paints. Man, Dave, you are talented, dude. Holy moly. So this guy used to be called DR Guitars. He is now Picks and Paints. And he's disgustingly talented painter. He's like the new Bob. Is it Bob Ross? Is that the guy's name? He's the new Bob Ross. Dave, we got to get you. Let me make some phone calls to New York, and I think I can get you. I think we can get the Picks and Paints show on Sunday mornings.
You'll have to talk to Gussie about that. He's everybody's business manager.
All right,
Gussie, on Discord.
Gussie, I'll get in touch. We got to get Dave on TV, and let me tell you something. Next to watching golf, Bob Ross is the best sleeping pill known to man. Even as talented as the guy.
Don, listen to this. Within 2 hours, Dave will be in Discord. He'll start painting, and within 2 hours, he'll have the painting done, or sooner.
Well, John had him on his show the other night, and John was playing videos, and Dave was painting.
Right.
That was outstanding. Dave, you're good, dude. Gussie is your agent. All right, well, I'll bow out, but I might be able to make some phone calls. I got some connections. I got some connections in New York. Not really, but I'll bet you my aunt could know somebody. Jackie Onassis, so she knows somebody. Anyway, Whispering Bob. Yeah, well, that was the thing. It wasn't that his show sucked. It was that voice. It's kind of like it's like the guy. He's lining his putt up.
He was appealing to the women.
Okay, listen, I hate to bring everybody down, but because Hugh's my man in Scotland. Hugh, I went out to Cays Valley the last day of the BMW Championship, and I walked the course. And dude, I will email you when I do it. I got to do a slideshow. I got to crop all the pictures, but I got Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson. Now I'm brain cramp. I got a lot of the big guns walking by, and I got good pictures of them. But this is the coolest thing. So in between the 8th green and the 9th tee box, I got to walk by you, and I'm right up against the ropes. And I'm telling you, they were as close as from me to Mitch right now in real distance, let's say 6-7 feet. And Dustin Johnson, who's my favorite golfer for the Americans, he walks by, and he's walking by, and he had to heard me. He didn't acknowledge me, but he had to heard me. He was pissed off because he missed a putt on the green. But I go, there goes the coolest guy in golf. I know he heard me because I was 5-6 feet away from the guy. But anyway, so that's enough golf. I had to bring it up. Yeah, Brian. Brian has 4. Q, if they ever have a tournament anywhere, you got to go, dude. It's surreal to be that close to them. Take your phone, take some pictures. I got to crop all the pictures and make everything bigger. And then if my wife can't help me, Mitch is going to help me do a slideshow. And I'll do an impromptu live stream one night once Mitch teaches me how to share stuff, from your computer onto the StreamYard. That I don't get that. I'm an idiot. But yeah, he does. Q. All right, that's enough golf. But Mitch just fell asleep.
No, I'm not. I'm
kidding. But man, you get so still. I keep thinking you locked up.
Luckily, my eyes are pretty decent. I can see the chat from here. I can see the chat from, and I'm only on a 24-inch monitor.
Cheers, everybody. We are brought to you tonight by Jameson, as usual. Although, I tell you what, I got a bottle of Monkey Shoulder, and I went through it in less than a week. I was shocked. It was so good. My dad was a big Scotch drinker, so whenever I drink Scotch, our game's off, Mitch. We haven't broke 20 yet. I'm shocked.
Nope, I haven't seen it. I think 18
it's summer.
or 19.
It's the end of summer. School started, and maybe we lost our appeal. Who knows? Sold. Oh, old man, you sold your Friedman. I thought everybody was buying Friedmans. You should have got a pretty good price because I think people are having problems getting Friedmans. Didn't I watch somebody's video a while back and Friedman was backed up, and I don't know if they had a flood or a fire or they lost. Something happened to the Friedman guys, and production stopped, and they couldn't get. Well, everybody can't get the Ujima boppers from China for cars, for amps, for whatever.
All right, Don, this is for you. What Hugh just posted.
I see that. Yeah, Monkey Shoulder should come with an extra warning. Good stuff. Good stuff. In fact, me and Janet went out to. Hey, Mitch, we got a nice steakhouse now in Catonsville.
Oh yeah.
So
tell me about it, Don.
It's called Beaumont. But anyway, listen to this. Some of you people may know a town right up the street from me if you watch Gordon Ramsay, because there's a historic town, Ellicott City, and the last before COVID. This is right before COVID. Well, the summer before COVID started. Okay. It floods out when there's bad storms. So hurricane came up and we got the outlies of the hurricane, and it's like in the last 4 years, twice the town's gotten flooded out. Restaurants, closing down. They got 2-3 feet of water in there. They got to get it all out, redo it. Well, the last one was really bad. So Gordon Ramsay went in there and kind of did like restaurant rescue 3 different establishments. Okay. And because of these floods, so it was on national TV, and it was Ellicott City, Maryland. Some of you may have seen it. Most of you probably didn't. But anyway, so what I'm getting at is one of the very successful restaurants in this area that kept getting flooded, they said, we've had enough of this. So they moved. It's only about 3 miles down the road is into Catonsville, where I live. And Catonsville has a little section, it's a small town type thing, but it's really not small town, but it's suburbs, and a lot of restaurants and bars, and some nice music stores. And they opened up one place, and they called it State Fair, STAFARE. But Maryland has the State Fair every year, which is not too far from there, and they use the Maryland logo. So they've been very successful, and they did good during the COVID because what they did is they put one of those humongous tents out in the parking lot, and they had outdoor dining, so people with the COVID, with all the distancing. I'm talking right in the heart of the COVID thing, a year ago, and they're so successful. They opened up a real nice Mexican restaurant, which we haven't been to yet, but I've heard good things about it from other people. Across the street and down a little bit, State Fair is directly across the street from Bill's Music House. Mitch, give you geography, and then up a little bit is Jennings. You've heard of Jennings, right? Or you hadn't heard of Jennings? Well, Jennings has been there forever in Catonsville. And directly across the street, one of the place closed down. They failed. A lot of restaurants and bars failed because of the COVID, because Maryland was pretty tough with restrictions there for the first 9, 10 first year or whatever. So they opened up steakhouse, and it was good. So we went in there, and I had finished my bottle of monkey shoulder. It wasn't that much after I did my yard work that day, and I said, Jan, I'm taking you out to dinner tonight. So we went out there, and when we went in, I said, do you have monkey shoulder scotch? They'd never heard of it. So I drank through wars. But so that's how I got into that. We got to fill, folks, we need to fill in the space. Right?
You were talking about the state fair. I was telling you when I went out Sunday with my sister for her birthday, my siblings and everything. And that was
you were around that Timonium, right?
Yeah, it was in Timonium. And coming out of there, I come back on that Ansbury Drive towards Timonium, and I forgot about the state fair going on. So I'm trying to make a left onto Timonium Drive, and I guess they had one of the entries. Right. There's no way. So I had to make a right, and just make a left on.
But you go up to York Road.
York Road, all the way down to Schwann Road. Yeah, it was fine when I did that. But
okay, gotcha.
It was a lot of traffic out there.
I completely forgot about the state fair. I didn't see any advertisements. But I don't watch network TV, but I didn't hear anything on the radio, because when I'm driving around, I hear, I listen to the radio. I didn't hear anything. So they had the state fair this year, huh?
Yeah, because when we were driving there, I'm talking to my wife. I said, "What if we go have the state fair?" And we got when we left there, we got our answers, our questions answered.
So I'm wondering, anybody out there in the chat, are you having this problem? I am having an issue with time, not like the hours and the minutes, but the months and the years. Okay, because of last year, I get things mixed up. Because last year kind of nothing happened. You didn't do anything last year, right, Mitch?
No,
for the most part. Well, but I mean, it's like the year 2020 didn't exist because of COVID. So anyway,
the older you get, the faster time goes by.
Well, and that is a fact. That's something you youngsters out there and you oldsters know what I'm talking about, and Mitch is talking about. But the 2019 State Fair, my wife does quilts, and she did this spectacular elephant. I have to get this picture to you so you can show it in 2 weeks, Mitch. My wife got awards because we actually, and the State Fair, they got the midway, and with all the rip-off games. Although sometimes I've been lucky, but not lately. And then you have the farm animals and the competitions. The greatest thing is watching the pigs. These little kids are out there with these sticks, moving the pigs around, and the pigs do what the kids are telling you. They poke them, and the pigs go, and they're being judged. This is a good pig, and you listen to the judges. Well, this pig had good hindquarters. But anyway, my wife. They also have people that grow the biggest tomatoes or the nicest cucumbers or peppers or whatever. They have these, what do you call those buildings? What are they called? I don't know. The buildings where they have all the competitions for, cooking, for sewing. So my wife entered the quilt thing, and she got awards. She didn't win in her category. She came in third. There were only 4 or 5 entries in her, because she had a real big one. But she got a judge's awards and all these different ribbons. We started off with one, and when we walked out of there, a week later, She had like 4 ribbons on her thing, so it was very cool. I'll have to send you the picture so we can show it, and I can brag about my wife.
Very
I love my
cool.
wife. Anyway.
I think I was only at the fair one time that I can remember with Margaret, but I've
Really?
been out there a lot because when I was a kid, I used to help friends with their horses. But they used to have these computer shows out there every so often.
Really?
But when Micro Center came, they don't come
Oh,
anymore. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see the difference.
yeah, vendors from all around,
Vendors, right.
all around different parts of the area.
Right. All right. What? Anything going on in the chat? Oh, Pooh
Um,
Ninja. Hey, Pooh, that was an outstanding. Pooh Ninja put up. Everybody go to Pooh Ninja's channel and leave this up a second. Time is made. They changed the hours to twice a year in some places. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the time. Why doesn't everybody go to the point where it doesn't get dark till 7, 8 o'clock at night all the time? I don't get it. I don't think they need to do the daylight savings anymore. It's so depressing when winter comes and it gets dark at 5 o'clock. Very good. But anyway, go back to Pooh's. We'll come back to this. Well, Pooh put a video up. He does every Wednesday. He does a video. He's a big Star Wars guy. You'll never see his face. He's very Darth Vader-ish. But man, he did a Pooh Ninja. That's his channel, right? Well, you can't see my finger. But he did. Those were some cool sounds you had today, Pooh. Very impressive.
Yeah, he's another one of those what I call professional guitar player. But he's very good.
Does minimal. He does very short videos. So it's for you guys that don't like to watch the long videos. Go to Pooh's channel. He's a very good guitar player too, and it's interesting. He's big into he's like the Darth Vader of YouTube.
Hey, Hetriani's in here.
Hey, Triani, what's happening, dude? Have we missed any? Johnny R. Kramer. What's Johnny? What's going on, dude? Oh, Jesse's ex-mother-in-law used to judge the art and needlework. I used to have to hang. Oh, wow. All right, you were behind the scenes, Jesse. When aliens, Brian says, when aliens abduct you, that may cause some time difference after they drop. No, I ain't been abducted. I have not been abducted. That's a tough word to say. Say it, Mitch. Abducted. Say it.
Abducted.
Say it again.
Abducted.
It's a tough word.
Say it 3 times in a row before you're not going to.
Abducted. You can say it 3 times.
I've been abducted. I can't say it once. Abducted. Abducted.
Right, we're trying not to ignore the chat, but I don't think I have interrupted Mitch quite as much as I do it. Who says Red Lobster is a fancy restaurant as Guitar Center is a good music store? Okay, I'm with you. I haven't done Red Lobster for a year. Red Lobster never did it for me. Sorry.
Well, maybe Pooh, here's what. See what Pooh just put. So with what you do with those 3 scales, I can't do a tenth of it.
Exactly.
What you do.
Pooh, you're pretty. You're.
Yeah.
I use my worn out word. You're very proficient.
Yeah.
I think. And if you did a long jam, everybody would listen to the whole video. I promise you that. SRV, Stevie Ray Vaughan used 2 Vibrolux at one time. I don't even know what a Vibrolux is. What is a Vibro? What effect is that? Is that like a tremolo type effect? I don't know. I probably have it in the Helix. I probably have something comparable in the Helix, but I've never, in 5 years I'll get to it. Triana said, came from the farm animals part, so smooth sailing from here on. It's a little stinky. It's a little stinky in the farm animals part, but it's interesting, and let me tell you something. Some of these kids, I guess they're 4-H kids or whatever. Like all I can remember is the last time when Janet had her thing, her quilt up for the competition, whatever. And we walked around, and we always do all the barnyard animals. And we happened to go by this one thing, and they were having a pig competition. And most of the handlers of the pigs, they get them to move around in this big area. were older, teenagers or young adults, I would say. But they had this one little girl, and let me tell you something. She was very serious, extremely cute, just watching it. But she did good, and I think her pig came in like third place. So it was very cool. I would never have imagined in my life that I would stand there and watch pigs being poked around with a stick to be judged by a judge. But it's
Yeah.
until you never say never, folks, until you experience it. So, so you did the horse. Your dad was a horse guy, so you went out to the fair, and
Well, dad worked for the Maryland Racing Commission.
so you were down by the track.
Yeah, well, in his stall area, and then plus I
Wow.
helped this guy, and he
Wow.
had thoroughbreds, so
Wow.
I was there
Behind
as a
the
kid.
scenes, that must have been cool, man.
Oh, I was scared out of my mind. 14 years
But,
old, walking
now,
these.
when you were a kid, did you ride horses?
I didn't ride a little bit. I didn't ride too much, but I was too big. I was just as big. I mean, I wasn't fat, but I was too big to ride a horse back then, weight wise.
When I get on kicks, and I've laid off for, during the COVID thing, I started reading, but I must have, I don't maybe 500 Western novels, little paperbacks. I'm a big Louis L'Amour, Zane Grey, Elmer Kelp. I'm a big cowboy. I I watch. My TV watching is the two Western channels that are on cable, and the Golf Channel, ESP. Football. Football's coming up. We're in this for the Ravens, but one of my bucket list things to do is remember what was the movie with Billy Crystal and all those guys, and they go out and they do the
What was
drive.
the name? Jack Palance was.
Yeah, Jack Palance was the.
What was the name of that movie? That was pretty fun.
They had one and
I
two.
can't remember.
There were two of them. What were those movies? That is what I want. That's a bucket. I'll never do it, but it's a bucket list type thing I want to do, and ride horses. I want to ride a horse.
You never rode a horse?
Yeah, one time my buddy, when I was probably 12, 13 years old, my buddy had an Arabian stallion, and I got to go out, but I didn't have any boots. I had to wear like what we call clodhoppers. I don't know what some people wore them with jeans to school and shit, but I just wore them in the snow. But that's what I had to wear to ride. I didn't have any kind of boots to wear, so I got on it for not very long, less than 5 minutes, and it was like I didn't know what to do, and the horse didn't like me. Horses are like dogs; they can sense it. They can. The energy that you have, if it's not good and they don't trust you, the horse ain't going to behave very well. But if you're confident, now I have a different sense of this. I think if I got on a horse, I'd do very well because I just let the horse do the work. City Slickers, there you go. Thanks,
City
Brian.
Slickers, yeah.
City Slickers. I want to do City Slickers. So I tell you, how bad I want to do that.
I'm sure I told you this before when one of my childhood friends, he had horses. He owned his father's horses, and we went riding. And me and somebody else, we were double on one horse, and we're in Patapsco State Park in a wooded area there. And my head hit a branch.
Were you on the saddle or behind the saddle?
I can't remember. It was putting some emphasis in there, but we were small. We weren't big, and it had a saddle, but I can't remember.
That's the type of detail that I would personally.
Yeah, I know. But all I know is I hit my head. I hit my head. I fell off the horse. I don't remember anything from 10 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock. I didn't know what happened.
You really hit it. You had
I had to get 13 stitches and everything. To this day, I have a lapse. I lost like 8 hours of my life. I don't remember what happened. Wow. But I was conscious. I just I had amnesia. I don't remember anything for that period.
You had a concussion, dude. Wow. Now you know how the football players feel. Gunsmoke. Yeah. I love Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke is really good. Gunsmoke. The Big Valley was good. The Virginia Bonanza.
Well, let me tell you something. I think the best one of all of them, and trust me, I'm
the Rifleman.
on. Well, the Rifleman was good. Sometimes a little hokey. It's like not enough shooting in the Rifleman. Too many life lessons. It was, Mark. I'm going to teach Mark how to be an upstanding. The Rifleman was just a little too tame. The best one is Wells Fargo. James Hart. Oh, he's the best. The Wells Fargo
I don't
There,
remember that one. I remember
well,
Rawhide,
dude, you've got. What do you have? Comcast or Verizon?
Comcast.
No, all right, I got
I
Verizon.
don't watch. I
But
don't
we
watch
have
them
to,
now. I won't
the
watch. I
Western
won't watch them
channel.
now.
What's great about the Western channel is you're watching a half-hour show back when they were on network with no. It's only 20 minutes because there's no commercials. It's the greatest. No commercial. Like it blacks out. Like when they would go to a commercial, but it blacks out and then it comes back on. It's like you're watching the Big Valley. No commercials. You're watching. Of course, I can't think of any of them now, but I watch them all. I've watched Laramie is a good one. That's a good
Maverick.
one.
I like Maverick.
Maverick. Maverick is too many different ones. There's Brett. There's Bart. And
Well, I'm talking with James Gardner, the
James Gardner.
the TV
Yeah,
series. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the TV series branched out, and then you had he was Brett, and then you have Bart, and you have there's another one. Actually, Roger Moore is one of the Mavericks, one of the brothers. There's 3 different ones. I think it's anyway. Maverick with James Gardner, yeah.
Yeah,
That movie
I
was
like
the greatest. The movie, what Mel Gibson was in the movie Maverick, right? And James Gardner played.
Oh, the movie,
Daffy.
yeah.
That was good. That was good. That was a good movie. And who was the actress? Sissy, not Sissy Spacek.
Can't remember.
Jodie Foster. She was outstanding. It's hard to pull the trigger on high. You keep thinking, what if? Hugh called. Oh, they're talking. The old man Dan was eyeing a '59 custom Strat heavy relic. I don't get the relic, Dan. I'm sorry. $3,200. If you're spending $3,200 and you buy a relic guitar, I think you're. Well, this is only my opinion now. Don't take us wrong. But if you're spending over $3,000 for a guitar, don't get a relic guitar. Get a perfect custom. What do they call custom shop? Yeah, custom shop. But I'm not a Strat guy. Although I'm going to become a Strat guy because this is a bad. That is just bad looking. Look at that black picture. I'm gonna do some video. My next video will be with my Strat. But that's why I never play my Telecaster. I love that Telecaster, even though it's really the James Burton. It's really a Stratocaster. It's not a Telecaster. It looks like a Telecaster. Doesn't sound like one. It sounds like a Stratocaster because it's got 3 pickups and they're I don't know, but I love it. It's just it's so cool looking. I feel like what I play is good.
The best cowboy. Who was that? Roy Rogers?
No,
because he sang and he played guitar and.
Please, Roy Rogers.
I think Gene Autry didn't he sing and play in cowboy movies?
He's in a lot of good movies. He was good. He was the World War. He was the World War I here. They were good. Hey, if you guys are history buffs and war history buffs, if you have the American Hero AHC, it's American Heroes channel. They do some spectacular documentaries on every war, from the Revolutionary War to the Vietnam War to World War I and II to, I mean, stuff they never taught you in history class about some of these battles. They do Afghanistan. What?
Gene Autry. He was the singing cowboy. Remember Gene Autry? He own the California.
Who was the other Autry? Who was the other Autry? Audie Murphy.
Audie Murphy. Yeah. He's the one that was he was the war hero. Yeah.
Audie Murphy. I get him mixed up. Right. Hey, I'm an old fan. What can I tell you? Dale Evans. She was pretty. But
Roy Rogers and Dale Evans.
The guy with the Jeep. The thing with the Jeep always turned me off as a kid. It's like there's no Jeeps in cowboy land. It's horses. Horses and wagons, not Jeeps.
Fender has custom shops relics for $4,600. I think we do a good job just making relics on our own.
Look, let me tell you something. Some people just for even though I'm not into the relic thing, some people they dig it. I've told this story before. When I bought my Les Paul, that's the most expensive guitar I have. It's too much money, over $2,000. But it was a bucket list thing, and I did it. I had the money available to me, so I went ahead and did it.
Right.
So when I was getting mine, and it was all getting wrapped up in the case and all, and going to pay. At the same time I was buying my Les Paul, a guy was buying a relic Telecaster. It was orange. It was hideous. I mean, orange is cool, But the relic, I thought it looked ridiculous. But this guy was so excited because he was in front of me, paying for his, and I was next paying for mine. And he was so excited. I said, "That's a nice looking." I lied. I said, "That's a nice looking guitar." It was a nice looking guitar, probably, but to me it wasn't. But because of the relic. But some people really, really dig the relic thing.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
relic
Yeah,
them myself. I buy
that's what I'm saying. By accident, you'll
bang it
relic
into the
it.
guitar and then into the chair and put a chip in the paint in the back. And then I banged it somewhere else and put a chip in. I showed that a couple weeks ago into the volume control. Well, no, that was on that August 11 show that I watched, Mitch.
It's like these
I'm
musicians.
holding my guitar up to the camera and it doesn't.
It's like
show.
these musicians that would smash their guitars on stage.
Wow. Dude, those guys had enough money and they did enough drugs. They didn't give a shit.
I know, but they could have given it to somebody that couldn't afford it.
Talk about this drug now. One guy, I'm very upset because, what was the special, the series that they did on the Baltimore streets, the drug trade and all. Well, not homicide. It's after homicide. The next one. The Wire. The Corner. The Wire. Not the Corner. The Wire. So this one guy was a really good actor. He played one of the bad guys. Had a scar on his face. I forget what the name of his character was, but he played a bad dude.
This was on The Wire.
Yeah.
The actor.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Anyway, the guy he just OD'd.
I know who you're talking about. That's a real scar, by the way.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
in real life. I think he got knifed in real life.
Well, anyway, but the problem is with these famous people is that the stuff that I did as a kid and all, and as a young adult was shit. These guys are getting the pure premium. No wonder they OD and die, because they're not getting the shit that we get. That when I hope. I'm not advocating doing drugs, folks, but I did more than my share, unfortunately, in the 70s and the 80s, probably into the 90s, maybe in the early 2000s. But what's available to Joe Blow out on the street is not what these rock stars. These guys get the creme de the creme of, and you don't have a chance. Let me tell you something. I think that one of the most amazing men in the history of the world is Keith Richards, to be alive. The way he drinks, and he did all the drugs back in the day. It's 2022 almost, and he's still jamming.
Michael K. Richards was that actor's name.
Oh, okay.
With the scar.
Yeah.
He's good. Good actor. I
forget the name. What was the name of his character? He was.
Oh, it is.
He was not only was he a cool dude.
Omar Little.
Omar, there you go.
Omar Little.
Oh man, we lost. That's such a shame.
That was a good.
I think he had just gone into treatment, and I guess he had a relapse, and he's done. He's done. Omar, thanks you. And somebody else brought it up, I think too. Injected and photographed. You can't do that stuff on the. And that's a controversy. That always pissed off Scott Grove that these guys are dead. Well, look, some people, maybe Scott didn't do drugs and all that, but a lot of us did. It was. You did. And luckily, Mitch, you didn't. I did it.
No, just a little bit of pot. That's about it. And it was just socially. And then I said it's stupid, and I haven't touched it in like 35 years.
I'll tell you what, a good friend of mine has the card. It's not legal in Maryland yet, but if you can get a medical marijuana card, and his health care is so expensive. He's got trigeminal, whatever, the suicide disease, where you get this pain in your face and your head, and it gets so extreme. They call it, a lot of people kill themselves because they can't take it, because they understand what it is, but they don't understand how to treat. There's different treatments that kind of work, but and he's got other health issues, and he can't afford to go to the specialist because I mean, if you have the wrong health care, then we don't want to get into politics, which
I'm not knocking people that smoke pot. I did it because on peer pressure. But
for right,
it was stupid for me because I didn't need it.
In this day and age, it's a good therapy for a lot of different
ailments.
Yeah. That's what he does because he can't afford to go in to see the specialist anymore for a lot of his issues. Got a back issue. So anyway, and it's a great sleeping pill, by the way. You have trouble sleeping. All right, Jesse. Oh, Hetriani left. See you, Janice might be back. We're ignoring the chat, Mitch.
No, it's fine.
All right. And now there's a good point. Highlight that. Can you go back under Brian S. Old Man Dan? I just came to the realization. Can you see that one?
Which one?
Jesse. No.
Hold on.
Yeah, heroin. I never did want that.
You say Brian S?
No, Old Man Dan, right under Brian. Where Brian S says injected photograph. Yeah. This is a good point. We'll change the subject. We don't need to talk about drugs. Just came to the realization if I had a pristine 59 historic Les Paul or a 59 age Les Paul, I'd be more likely to play the. I'm with you there. I mean, but the problem, that's not the same thing as a relic, because relic is basically a new guitar that they just screw up. I'd rather screw it up myself. I'm going to relic every guitar I have because I'll bang it into stuff. Now, Mitch, how many times have you banged your guitars into stuff?
Very
much.
little.
Really
not much. Yeah, I'm pretty careful. I mean, just slightly, not enough to put any scratches on.
See, you don't jam on Chardonnay or Jameson or
no.
Monkey Shoulder or whatever. You know,
just so much chair.
Yeah, and you've got that nice chair. So how's the chair going?
It's not comfortable at all. Very uncomfortable.
Bummed out on that.
Well, I got it off spur of the moment. I didn't read up on it. It just gets flat. I'm sitting on it. I mean, when I sit back, it's comfortable like this, but it's not comfortable like sitting like this when your butt. They're not really.
Well, I'll make a deal with you. You break that in for another couple months, and hey, folks, it probably won't. We're going to the beach on Saturday. Today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday. Saturday, we're going to the beach, and we're going to be real close to where we're thinking about moving. You know, we're on the beach or real close to the beach. We're going to be like, anywhere from 5 to 10, 12 miles away from the beach, but real close to the beach. And there's a place that's like really close to the beach, really nice, and it's very affordable. But I think I haven't checked today, but it's probably already sold. But if it's not sold, we're going to look at it when we're down there. And if it ain't sold, we'll buy that goddamn place. But so you break in that chair, and when I get my own, we get a new place, I'll give you 50% of
you wouldn't like it either. There's no padding on it. It just gets flat.
Then Janet will make me a pad.
Yeah,
I like it. It's blue. It's blue.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm not going to
get up a second. Let me look at that chair. Let me see it. You might be making a chair deal here, folks. You're going to see history. I like it, man. That's a cool chair. Look at it, blue, and the arms fold. See, just the fact that the arms fold up and it's high back. Because this chair that I have is low back. It's very comfortable. It was cheap. All right. We have a potential deal in the works. I'll have my guy get in touch with your guy.
They're cheap. They're cheap enough. I mean, they're not real expensive.
I'll have my guy get in touch with your guy, and we'll work out a deal.
You have to talk to Gussie's my financial advisor. You have to talk to him.
All right, Gussie, I'll be in touch with you. I'm actually going to represent myself on this deal. I sold cars. I know how to make deals. So what else you got, Jess? Mitch.
I have nothing else. Just like I said, I've been playing with Reaper a lot. These VSTs, and I got a ton of them. But a lot of the built-in ones are not too good in Reaper. But I need to try them over again with this other interface. See if.
Well, you piqued my interest in the pre-game show. The planning we did. Me and Mitch meet for 20, 30 minutes before the show to plot out this phenomenal show of nothing.
But I guess it was better last week talking about tech for an hour.
Right. Well, that was all right. That was a good show. You did well. You did well. I watched some of it, but I was me and my wife watched something on Hulu. I don't know what, but I was there for a while. But anyway, you piqued my interest now. Now I think I'm going to really make an effort on Reaper because Mitch was telling me that you can do video editing on Reaper. And I have not delved into video editing. Folks, everything I do is basically live. You're seeing, everything. And if I play like complete dog crap, I start over and then it's only semi dog crap when what you see on my videos, clams and all. So I don't do any editing out. I don't edit the stuff out because I don't know how to edit. So that was my next step was to, because of the way the Zoom Q8 works, I can do the audio files of my jam, and then I can take the video and I can, put them together the way. What do you use? Not Resolve, DaVinci. What's the other one you use?
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve mostly.
Is that for your video editing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you used. What was the other thing you used?
That was a couple different things. I have Windows Movie Maker on here, and then Windows 10 has Video Editor, which you have.
Maybe it's a sound. The other thing's a sound thing, but DaVinci and you also.
Audacity. Audacity. That's just for audio. That's just for audio. Yeah.
Okay, so DaVinci is your video. So I thought maybe I'd learn DaVinci, but if Reaper has video editing, I think I want to.
But it's not. It's more work because you gotta. When you want to do video editing, I was looking at some tutorials today. You have to add a VST in there to do that. The certain kind of effect, or it's not straightforward. Like it's real easy to do stuff.
But I think once you get the hang of the hang of this loading the VSTs in there, I don't think that's a big issue.
No, not because I've done 4 or 5 or 6 just with a song.
Let me tell you something.
Playing the guitar or whatever.
You use basically a clean sound on the Allman Brothers.
I did. It had it had reverb on there.
That was a nice what I call a thick fat tone.
That was in Guitar Rig 6, and they give you a free version, Guitar Rig 6 player, and it's free. And so you can use you can download it and use a standalone, or you can point Reaper to it so it can use the VST, and so you can use it in Reaper too, and it worked well. That's how I did a couple.
From what
Hi, Laurie. Hey, Laurie.
Oh, there's Laurie. Hey, Laurie, what's going on? I think, well, whatever what was it again? Guitar Rig, the compression or the EQ or whatever they've done, because that to me, I think those are the keys to really getting whatever sound you're looking for is your EQ and your compression, along with all the other things.
I did not add anything. You can add all that extra stuff on there. As separate VSTs, and I didn't do anything. It's so
that you use.
Right. Well, there was, really but you could add more stuff, and you can double it.
But to get one that's already set up like that was I would use that again definitely if you're going to do another one where you don't want to have a like an overdriven or distorted sound. That was really. I'd like to hear either the SG or the Les Paul played through that, Mitch. So do that sometime for me.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? What's going on in the chat?
That's what Dan's saying. Here's what Dan.
But I prefer the sound of an amp mic. That's probably because I am just too lazy. Dan,
you're right.
I am way too lazy.
A lot of people.
But I'm gonna make this step one of these days. I love that. This is my boy Paul Lou. If I edited all the clams out of my videos, there wouldn't be a video. Score. I hear you. And listen. Paul Lou, I want you to do leads. You got all these nice guitars. Do the Hugh Caldwell. Do it. That song, Blue Sky. Come on. You probably played it. Well, maybe you don't know it. Listen to Blue Sky by the Allman Brothers. It's on the album Eat a Peach. And then do the jam. Jam for a couple minutes. 2 minutes. Because you play much better leads than you give yourself credit for. You're worse than Mitch. And Mitch is pretty bad on. Mitch is very hard on himself. And Mitch, you're good. You play that Purple Rain. That was a purple. What did you just do? What's
Yeah,
the one?
a couple of videos ago. That
That was
Purple Rain
good,
type
man.
thing.
That was, everybody go watch Mitch's video. Purple. What was it called, Mitch?
Um,
Purple.
it
It
was a
was
purple. It
good.
was a Purple Rain thing. What
It was
was it called?
fantastic. The sounds and all the what you played was good. Very good. What's Lori have to say?
I got to check her. She puts great stuff up all the
Don't
time.
burn the garlic bread. I don't do garlic bread. My wife loves garlic. Oh, she loves garlic bread. I don't do garlic.
It's called Kind of a Raining Purple. Kind of Raining
Oh,
Purple.
well, that was very good listen. Everybody gets it. All right. Rick Hefner says, my back and knees are in bad shape. Uh-oh. So I help out friends as they are helping me. There you go. All right, Rick. That's bad news, man. Arthritis or probably. You know, I've been walking a lot, playing golf, and I know my left knee. I had it scoped in '94. I had torn cartilage,
Hmm.
and it's gonna. I know it's gonna go here in the next couple of
Yeah,
years.
mine's been bothering me a lot lately.
Has it?
Yeah, I
I'm
had
glad
it.
your shoulder's feeling better, dude.
The shoulder's doing all right, but my left knee, I heard it like
That's my bad. The left knee's my
4 years
bad.
ago. I had it drained, and it wasn't getting any better. So I was going to get ready to schedule surgery, but the pain just stopped. But they said there was like no cartilage left in there, and eventually I'll have to get it
So are you getting
replaced.
are you getting cortisone injections?
I'm not doing anything now, but eventually it'll need to
Well,
be replaced. And
well,
my
before
wife's
you get it,
is getting ready to schedule hers. She needs a knee replacement.
you've never had a cortisone. Get a cortisone.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
I just said I heard a couple
Oh,
years ago I had a cortisone injection. It didn't do anything.
oh, it did.
Then all of a sudden it stopped hurting. I was going to get ready. Well, they drained it, and yeah, they gave me the same. They gave me cortisone at the same time, and it was still bothering me. So I was getting ready to schedule surgery. Then it just like that, it stopped. Then it hasn't bothered me until recently.
My father-in-law, God rest his soul. I wish he was still with us. He was a cool. He used to watch golf with me on Sundays from Denmark. God, what a cool dude. What a cool dude. Anyway, he had real bad knee problems, and he got several. I mean, too many cortisone injections in his knees, but it always worked. Once it, but it got to the point where they couldn't do it because you remember Johnny Unitas. He used to
Mhm.
get cortisone injections in his elbow. You know, golden arm. And I guess after he retired, they kept doing it. It got to the point where that stuff builds up like chalk. And when I think they went in and they cleaned it out, it was like terrible. But what happens is eventually the cortisone builds up. They can't do it anymore, and that's when they were. And I'm going to recommend anybody out there that needs to get it done. Do not get both knees replaced at the same time. My father-in-law had that done, and he was never the same. I mean, he lived several years after he had it done, but he was never quite the same. I think the thing to do is to have one done, do the rehab, get that one working, and then have the other one done, and then do the rehab and get that. You do them both at the same time, it's just too much stress on the body, and it's a lot of extra. It's a lot of hard rehab and what do you call it? Physical therapy. Well, Paul Lee, you should know about that. Because Paul's, I think, a physical therapist. Well, I hope Margaret does okay. She's not getting both done at the same time, is she?
No, I think she only needs the one done.
Right.
Her sister had one, and she did pretty good, but she still has problems. Some people do well, some people don't.
All right, Paul agrees with me. Cool. Well, that's what I noticed. I mean, he was never quite the same. I mean, let me tell you something. My father-in-law, he was in his 80s, and he's out there with the hedging, that electric trimmer thing, doing his hedges and mowing. He had a short hill, maybe 5, 6 feet up, but he would mow it. I mean, the guy was phenomenal in his 80s, and everything, went sour after the double knee replacement. All right, so we're talking garlic bread. There you go. There's some Folks, we have riveting content on this show on a weekly to bi-weekly basis. So make sure you got to come up with something special next week without me, bud.
Yeah, I'll think
I'll
of
be in
something.
the chat. I'll be in the chat.
I'll be messing around with some Reaper some more. I'm trying to get some different sounds. But it's fun playing around with it. Like I said, Reaper has a lot of built-in stuff, but I didn't care for any of the effects, but I'll mess around with it again with this all other interface, see if it sounds any different.
You know, when I was doing it, I was the problem. I feel so stupid because what I was just trying to do when I had sat down for a weekend and I'm going to figure this out. I never did, but I would get, so I wanted to start out playing chords. Okay. So the rhythm, and I actually used their chorus and it sounded pretty good for the chords. So I laid down, you know, a two or three chord progression, kind of like doing a looper thing, you know. So the first track across it, you know, was just chords. And then I couldn't get it to play so I could play leads on top of it. I couldn't figure it out.
You have to arm it. You have to
Mitch, I had both computers.
Well, you were doing obviously. Well, you weren't. It's very easy to do. You were doing something wrong.
But I'm an idiot. So
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Well, I am an idiot, and I couldn't figure it out. It was pissing me off because here's the problem: all the tutorials on Reaper, all these guys go to vocals. They're doing vocals or they're doing MIDI. I don't do MIDI and I don't do vocals. I do goddamn guitar. Nobody does just guitar. I'm
there's 1,000 of them on guitars. I see them all over the place.
Send me one.
Yeah, I'll sing you one. They're good. One guy does. He'll do it. He'll do it on everything. Guitars.
Start from scratch and do. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even need the drums, and I want the drums. I wanted drums, and I want a bass. Plug in. But I just want to start with rhythm guitar on one track, lead guitar on another track, lead guitar on another track, lead guitar. I want to jam with myself so I can leave space and do a call and response. That's what I want to do. I want to do call and response on tracks 2 and 3 to the rhythm on track 1. I can't figure it out, but I haven't tried it's been 6 months.
You would just set up a track for your rhythm.
Right.
Record.
I've done that. I can get the rhythm track. I can get the first track done with the chords.
And then set up another one for your lead. And then you make sure your lead is armed and you hit record and it'll play the backing.
But I can't get the track 1 to just play, not record. I don't know what I'm doing.
You have to make sure you have monitor on.
All right. Well, we'll discuss. We'll do a team viewer.
See, I'm not worried too much about. I didn't download any drum VSTs. I will eventually because most of the time I'm doing somebody else's backing track, so I'll use that. You know what I mean?
So you actually get the backing track to play on one track of Reaper.
Yeah, I just put it in there. Yeah, but I didn't do the one I did the other day. I didn't do like that. I just but some of the stuff I was playing around with, putting some backing tracks in there, playing against. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable in doing. Just learn how to EQ, get a good sound, a right sound right now.
You got staying power with this stuff, and I don't.
Oh, you gotta read up on it. You can't look at a video for 5 minutes, think you're going to know how to do it. You got to.
I want instant gratification.
Well, instant
gratification, God damn it!
if you don't put the work into it, you're not going to get the benefits from it.
That is never truer words spoken, dude. Absolutely. All right, so we're an hour and a half in.
Yeah.
We hit 20.
Yeah, I think 21 at one time. So
no, we got up to 21.
That was the highest. Yeah.
Whatever. We're wearing people out. And I think I've done pretty good. I haven't ignored you or interrupted you too much. A little bit here and there, and we're trying to keep up with the chat, but we'll see what happens.
Laurie, Cakewalk from Band Labs. That's cool. I tried that. a little bit ago. I might try it again because it's totally free, and it might be more sophisticated than Reaper. Reaper is just so easy to use, but it's got BandLab has a version of THU3 in there.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember messing around with that, so I might put that on again just for that.
Didn't you tell me about Cakewalk one time?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I had it on. I don't think I had it on here. I had it on maybe my laptop, but and there was a learning curve on that, and but it seemed a little more sophisticated than Reaper. Reaper's really easy to use, but they all work the same way. They just got, they might have a different name for the same thing or something like that, but it's good. Just BandLab's Cakewalk has a lot of stuff in it already when you download it. You don't have to see. I downloaded a lot of extra a ton of stuff. I got IRs and everything.
Hugh, it's the principle of the thing. I paid for the, I bought the license or whatever the hell it is for Reaper. Here's the thing. I started off when I got, I forget, I guess when I got the Zoom Q8,
right?
They give you they tell you you're getting something with it. You're really not. I mean, you are, but you aren't, because if you never bought a Q8, you get the same thing. Like, I started off with, not Pro Tools. What's the other one?
Hey, Lars
Guitars. Hey, we'll come back to what I was talking. Hey, so Larry, when we do a pre-show game plan, before me and Mitch chat a little bit before the show starts, and we were talking about the Hugh Caldwell thing. Mitch did his. I had done mine. Hack, Hugh, somebody else, and you did yours.
Jesse
just did his this morning, and I think he did yours yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. Monday, whatever. So it's like he said, Larry. I said, yeah, Larry. What? We couldn't remember the name of your channel.
Lars Guitars.
Lars. I had to look it up.
Yeah.
We couldn't come up with Lars Guitars. Old man moment.
But you knocked it out. Yours up there with
Larry. You did good, dude.
Yours is nice. Up there with Hugh and Jesse. Really
absolutely.
Good.
And Hack. Let me tell you something.
And Hack
did something. He did something. I even in the comments on Hacks, I think it was like a minute and a half in, he did something very cool. It wasn't lightning fast, but it was just the notes that he hit were like weird, but it perfect. It was like, it was like an 80-yard touchdown bomb.
Hey, hi, John. John Wiesen Music.
Hey, John, what's happening, dude? I was watching the other night when you were playing somebody's video, I think, and paint. What's it called now? Paints and Picks, or Paints and Guitar?
Yeah.
What's it
called? Dave R.
DR Guitar. Dave Reese. But
Paints and Picks.
Cool.
Paints and
Picks. No, Paints and not
or
picks.
Picks and Paints, one or the other.
Well, whatever. But that was very cool. Very cool. I was watching it. And there's Les Nagy. Hey, Les. Crazy, everybody's coming in. I thought we were getting ready to sign out because nobody was really watching. But I did Pro Tools, and I was, because a lot of these things you can get for free, but they only let you do 3.
Yeah, 3 tracks or something like that.
No, more than 3 songs, 3 individual whatever.
Yeah.
Songs. I call them songs, whatever. Jams. And what's the other one called? One of them is Pro Tools, and I was successful. I actually did a video with Pro. I've since taken it down. Pro Tools, and there's another one you can get. And I like both of them, but I'd watched. I don't know if it was Caesar's All Guitar, somebody that was big on Reaper. I said, I'm going to do Reaper. And Reaper had the same thing. You can do it for free. You can sign up for Reaper and do it for free. You don't have to spend a penny. But you can only do three songs, okay?
Not in Reaper. You can do as many as you want.
Well,
there's no limitations whatsoever in Reaper.
For free?
None.
Is there a time limit? Is there a time limit?
Well, the only thing happens, because after the 60 days, they'll have a little nag thing.
That's what it is.
It'll be like a 5-second run off, something like that, and then
Okay.
Let's say if I stay with it, I'm going to pay for it. If I choose to stay with it,
I paid for the
you
license
pay for it. Yeah,
a
yeah,
year
yeah.
and a half ago, and it's like I don't even use it. It's ridiculous. It's
Right,
stupid.
right.
So Audacity, Hugh, might be the easy one. You can walk me through it. Well, Mitch will help me eventually, and with video, I'll figure out goddamn Reaper. But
Because you got ahead of, you were doing it more than I was.
I almost had, but I got to the point where I just couldn't get what I'd already recorded to just play while I was recording a new track. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
You might have had, like, there's a monitor thing. That's the only thing I can think of. You might have had it off. You turn it on, then you'll hear it, and it'll record. And then hit record. And
so I was thinking of doing it the other day, but you got to go in and you got to make sure that before you even start, you got to go into the guts of it and make sure that you have the proper interface set up in it and something else before you even start. And that's the problem I have with doing videos. By the time
you have to set your buffer rate and all that. And
you know what happens? You know what happens to me? I'm downstairs and somebody YT Jam Tracks, and I want to give props to who did the backing track that we just did. I can't think of the name of the back. They're doing he does very good backing tracks. What's the name of the guy? Shake Your Guitar.
You know them all.
No, that's Christoph.
I don't remember any of those.
I can't think of the. I'll get to it. But anyway, so I'm downstairs. And I got this little tiny amp, and right now I got the Gelvin down there, and I'm listening to that, and I've got a groove going. So I come upstairs. By the time I hook my camera up, get the cords into the back of the camera, get the Helix set up, get the PA turned on, get my guitar tuned, I've lost my mojo.
I've done that.
I
have this tune in my head and I'll lose it.
And because it takes so long to get set up. That is the most.
But I'll just listen to a video to get an idea what I want to do.
But I can't. I had it in my head downstairs. By the time I get upstairs, it's so frustrating. So hopefully we find a place down by the beach. I get one room. I'm in that one room all the time, and I will put out some spectacular content. Not, but I'll try. I will make an effort. Hey John, are you still in the thing when you did Southern Rack? Did you guys do any Elvin Bishop? I love them, man. They were great. Traveling Shoes. You guys should check that song out because it's the same two chords, A to E, that Blue Sky is, but it's done at a higher, at a more upbeat tempo, and I love that. And Dickie Betts actually plays the solo on that song, "Traveling Shoes." It's the same as the Hugh. Hugh, did you come up with the Did he come up? Don's putting out. Watch out. Laurie, behave yourself, Laurie. There might be kids watching. Now you shred. Yeah, now you shred is that guy's. I don't know if he has a PayPal account, but I'll tip his tip jar. He because we've been using him. And if I keep using the same backing track channel, I will support them. I'm not doing any Patreon thing. I don't get the Patreon thing, man. I'm not paying anybody any. People. I appreciate people trying to make money on YouTube and all, but really, if you're going to do a Patreon thing, do Wounded Warrior Vet Patreon. Do them.
You brought up a good point. Was it yesterday or the day before? This tech guy I was listening to, he's talking about another tech guy. He lost his channel. So they have specific rules on YouTube when you have a giveaway, and he didn't meet these rules, whatever they were. I don't know. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. If you're giving something away, it's like $600. You got to do that tax thing. You got to send that. Or if you're doing a sponsored giveaway, you got to make sure you say that it's sponsored. And I don't even want to deal with that. They're just too. I know this guy lost his channel, but he did get it back. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I just didn't realize they had all these. I know they're strict on songs, but
camera.
Yeah.
Away, or they're not even.
I did get an email.
Did you?
Somebody wanted me to do review their.
Really?
I think their mics, lapel mics, or something like that.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I'm not interested.
Well, you
Yeah,
gotta watch
it
that.
was.
You're not
I
getting
think it was
scammed.
from. Right, it could have been. Well, they said they would let me keep the stuff or whatever, but I didn't want to. But I think it was from China because the English wasn't very good, and
Yeah.
so
Well, if it's something local now, you jump on that, dude. You'll be famous.
nah.
Yeah. Well, you got the subs. Has anybody done an Alabama? What happened? I think he's kind of died out, hasn't he?
Yeah, people are still doing it, and every now and then he put a new one out not too long ago.
I need to go to his channel and check it out. I don't think I ever subbed him, but I'll be honest
He's
with you, folks. If somebody has, there's very few people that, if if they're over 3 or 4 thousand subs, there aren't other than some backing track channels. There's not too many people that I sub that have that. They don't need my sub. I mean nothing to them. I'm here to sub for the guy with 80 to 50 to 30 to 300 and some.
we're back up to
Less than
21.
1,000.
21.
21 score.
Are we going to hit 22 today? I don't think we hit 22 today.
All right, I'm gonna do my Laurie, Laurie, leave the chat, please. I got
What's she
it.
saying?
I'm gonna do my Craig Reckless. He's been doing some good content lately. Dave Stafford, he's been doing some live streams. He's back in the show, but he does them sporadically, so he doesn't have a weekly show anymore. But he'll probably get back into it. Guitar Hack, we all know and love Guitar Hack. Great, all these guys have great merchandise too. And my absolute favorite, there's a lot of good ones. Sebastian Zunu, Now You Shred is right up there, and Quist.
Right.
All, but my favorite is YT Jam Track. And let me tell you something, folks. That shirt right there, you can't see it, but there's a red
Guitar.
ES335 type guitar on it. You can't really see it, but that's $15. That's a great shirt. I paid. It's on sale. So, and YT, nice mugs. They all have mugs, and some of them have hats. And Hack is working on a golf shirt for me. So,
Oh, cool.
they're my. And I've got Autism Rocks shirt. That's a great. Good. There's a lot of them. And Laurie's got good stuff. I haven't bought any. Laurie, I'm gonna at least buy your mug. And do you have shirts? I forget. I don't even think I ever checked. I promised that I would. So Dave, are you like retiring from picks and you're just doing paints?
Picks.
Doing any guitar?
No, picks and paints. Picks isn't
I
picks.
know,
Guitar.
but
No, he's not going to stop playing guitar. It'll never happen.
Dave's a good player. Dave, I don't know why you don't do any of the friendly challenge. They're not really challenges. Friendly participation jams. That's what we should call them. Participation jams. Because I think the challenge turns some people off. We're getting very, very minimal participation. But God bless the people that do. Me and Mitch and Lars and Jesse. Well, Jesse just jumped back in. But Hack always does them. Hack did. Watch Hack's version of the Allman Brothers thing. That's good. Jesse did his today. That was phenomenal. Hughes started it and just nailed it right off the bat. Bitch, you did good. You didn't even know the guy. You didn't even know the song.
I didn't know the song. I didn't want to hear it first, but I did listen to some Dickie Beck's stuff, and I had something going there. But I mean, I'm trying to, you can see I'm trying to feel it as I'm playing it. But
that's what I know every lead to Blue Sky in my head, but I don't know it in my fingers. And for you latecomers, just want to show you Jesse's guitars put a new pick guard on my Strat. Is that a badass MFer or what? God, that looks good. I haven't done a video. I haven't even played it since he put that on there. He put the pickup back, adjusted the height, put new strings on. So I haven't even played it. New strings. I need to play it. My next video will feature the Strat. So nah, I'm not. I won't stop playing. My focus is well, that's cool. Dave, you're a talented stay with the painting, dude, because it's cool. We got to get you on TV though. We need to keep them coming. Yes, we do. Oh, I banged my knee. Look, I banged my knee. I got blood on my knee.
oh,
This show's getting bloody. It's a horror show. I wonder what I did.
What that?
I didn't feel it. Not yet. That's what I did to my knee.
My shin. I cut in back of that concrete barrier in back of my house the other day.
Right.
And I did it real good, but I just stepped and then I skinned it on the concrete there a little bit.
Well, there's a look. This is an endorsement for Jameson. You can knock your knee and not even feel it because of the Jameson. How about that? Interesting. Interesting. So we have blood on the show tonight. It's a what do you call that? Not a crossroad. Now there's an expression. I can't think of it, but we just did it. We have some earth-shattering content on this show, and you folks that are here appreciate it. I think.
I just think it's fun.
Still here
because what little bit I did learn in Reaper, but
well,
I'm not saying
I'm shocked that you did the. I don't even know how you did a backing track jam with Reaper.
Well,
but it's cool that you did it.
Yeah, here's what I did. I can explain it.
Milestone. Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Jesse, milestone. We've reached a new milestone.
A new milestone.
Blood.
Okay, yeah, we have to have guys in here at least 10 or more years younger than us to fill in the blanks because we can't remember what we're going to say. But on that recording, what I did was I had so I'm recording the lead in Reaper, right? I had the backing track playing in VLC, so just a movie player, right? And then I'm recording the guitar also in a dry signal. I'm recording it. Well, no, I'm recording.
What is VLC?
It's just a movie player, just a video player. That's all it is. Windows got built in one, but this, I just like VLC. You can do a lot with it.
So
anyway,
stop. So you took the backing track and you put that in VLC, and you went from VLC into Reaper.
Why? No, I'm just using it to hear. I'm just using the back track to hear.
Well,
let me explain first. Okay, so I have the backing track playing when it doesn't have to be VLC. It can be any video player, right?
Right.
And so I can hear. So what I want to do. So I'm recording in Reaper, and I'm also recording in OBS, right?
Okay, can I stop you for a second? So while you're doing this, in your headphones, you're hearing the backing track, but you're also hearing the guitar at your leads at the same time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, that's what's mixing me up. Okay, I got you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I really didn't have to. I just wanted to record it in OBS just to line everything up, and I really didn't have to. I think I could probably omit the OBS because. And when I got the recording, I just put the backing track in Reaper because it was easy to line that up, you know. But here's what I hear. I tried to use OBS to record the backing track and my lead, and then match everything up in OBS. But it wouldn't do it because the backing track is different than what I'm playing. I'm playing a lead,
okay.
So, but. There's a couple ways I can do it, make it easier. But I'm sure the next time I can do it, I can just go ahead and record the lead when I'm going to play, have it play, and have the backtrack playing VLC, and just get the audio, the backing track into into Reaper, and then it will be real easy to line up that. So I could probably completely omit OBS.
So Mitch, you realize my head is just about exploding.
No, it's like.
Wait! You're using OBS, VLC, Reaper.
You don't have to. You could do it without. You can do it without OBS to make it simpler. But I was trying to line up.
I think that's phenomenal that you can do it.
But then it's
mind-boggling, dude.
If you can do like I said, now it does video editing. I can do the whole thing. I could put the whole video in there, then play a track. But I have to in just Reaper alone, and then export it. But I have to learn how to do the video editing in there.
Well, I'm very intrigued. So if I go to YouTube and search video editing with Reaper, I'll find videos on that. I'm just curious. I'm not going to learn anything.
There's not I got to be honest, on the
do.
video editing part, there's not a whole lot on that. But there's a lot on guitar, recording guitar.
All right.
But there wasn't a lot on there. And I'm going to mess around with it again. But it seems like it's more work, video editing in there, than it would be to move it over to DaVinci and do
maybe the problem I've had with the tutorials is I've been searching beginning, tutorials, starting out with Reaper and all that. And maybe I need to kind of like expand my search a little bit to Reaper, recording guitar with Reaper.
Well, you should look at the basics too, because you don't want to miss anything. You want to make sure your sample rate is set up right, and make sure it's saying the same thing in your computer in Windows as it's saying in Reaper. And you got to, because you'll have and then also have mismatches where
I've got a whole folder in my Reaper in my YouTube, when I bring up YouTube, my homepage of the homepage of YouTube. So I've got a Reaper thing, and playlist. Okay. So I started watching them because, you had mentioned, you were getting back into Reaper. I said, I should get back into Reaper. I paid for this thing, and I'm watching them, and these guys, they're just, I'm telling you, they know their stuff, and it's very impressive. They are absolutely the worst for most people. They're probably very good, but for somebody like me, they're terrible because they won't shut up. They just keep going on, and they go from one thing to the next thing. Wait a second. Go
pause. You can pause the video. Always pause the video.
But they don't finish they don't really delve into what they're saying. The next thing, well, you can also do this, and then you can also do this. It's like, stop and spend another 5 minutes on what you were just talking about for the idiots, because I am an idiot. So I need special. I'm like the okay. So for computer and Reaper and
hey Jimmy
Helix, I ride the short bus to school, and I hope that doesn't hurt anybody's feelings if they have any kids or relatives or friends or whatever. But I'm like I'm like the back of the pack. I am the slow student that needs special assistance.
Me too.
That's why I have Mitch in TeamViewer, because Mitch gets on my computer and says, here's how you do it. And he's very patient with me, even though he loses patience with me. He's very patient.
Not with you. Anybody I help. I mean, I have other friends. I'm
telling you, folks, if you have a problem with your computer, get a hold of Mitch. Mitch will get in there on TeamViewer, and he'll have you rocking and rolling. It takes me a lot longer, but most of you'll be boom, just like that. You'll have it down.
But it's a lot to remember. Not everybody can remember all this stuff. So
hey, there's Jimmy. Guitar meets science. What's happening, Jimmy? Jimmy, what happened to Jimmy? He got hijacked, right?
Well, yeah, he got it back.
He's back. He's back. I'm so happy about that, Jimmy. And dude, you are like you are the mad scientist of YouTube. Honest to God. Folks, if you are not subscribed to Guitar Meets Science, subscribe and go back and watch, especially some of his older videos. This guy plays like nobody else. Dude, I'll tell you what, I think you're ahead of your time, and Don needs SPED. What the hell is that? Special Personalized Education Development? Okay, something like that. Yeah, I do.
Oh, Jimmy, you way past me. Believe me, what you do is far beyond what I know how to do.
Jimmy's a cool dude, man. Mitch got me streaming on OBS. Yeah, Mitch is the OBS king, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he gets in there. He can modify his pickups, and he scalps his frets, and other than that, he's a great player. What more you need?
Hey, Jimmy, I was really impressed. You actually played really calmly on some collaboration. I don't know which one. I can't keep track.
Yeah, recently.
I am so far behind. I am so far behind on watching people's videos, man. It's like, geez, I feel terrible, And,
hey, Don, we're at the 2-hour mark.
Oh, okay. Well, Jimmy,
yeah.
Jimmy, you came in, and we're saying because of Jimmy, we're leaving. No, it's 2 hours. We got dogs and spouses to take care of. God bless y'all. Real quick, I just want to take a peek. Oh, we're back to 17. Yeah, okay. Well, we didn't knock it out of the park tonight. Wait a second, StreamYard. Let's delay. I'm getting out of that.
Hey Don, I do want to try to play the outro, but
Okay, we're gonna do the outro.
But can you turn off echo cancellation on your thing?
You want me just? Can I just mute? Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I don't know if it's going to do it.
Mic, so I need to go to audio. Echo cancellation is turned off.
And then mute. Then go ahead and mute.
Good night, everybody. Thank
you. But don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
I'm going to stick around.
All right.
I will not be here next week, but I will be the following week. Tune in next week. Mitch will have a special show for you. I promise you. I'm muting now, Mitch, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. And we shall see you next week. Let me see if I can get this file down because it's been a while. Share video. Desktop and show vids. Where is my show vids? And there it is. See you guys.